Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This week, we've got some more Star Wars Legion DSD1 Dwarf Spider Droid from the Clone Wars. This right here you go, take a look at that. This guy, man, this is going to be a quick paint, real simple. I mean, the guy's mostly metallic, so the focal point on this guy is the eyes, and we'll do a little. That's kind of where we'll make the model pop, right? So anyway, guys, please like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. And I'll see you guys in there. Here we go. We've got the base down. We used, what did we use here? We used dark silver. We mixed it with silver, and then we did silver. And then actually, I put a little bit of bright ivory, not bright ivory, what am I talking about? I put some of this white ink in the silver, just a drop, and I sprayed that on top to give it some highlights. And it looks a little white, but it looks really good. Once I get a wash on this, it's really going to make this stand out. And that's pretty much what this model's about. This is a simple technique. You just, you spray it, or you use your paintbrush with a metallic, and then you use a wash, and then you go back and highlight, and it's real quick and simple. This is going to go fast. So the hardest part on this model is going to be the eyes, and that's the last thing we'll probably do besides the base. And I haven't quite decided if I'm going to do the airbrush to give a little OSL, or if I'm going to do it more like the art right over here. As you can see, it's just not really glowing. So I haven't decided. We're going to have to make that decision here pretty soon. So what we're going to start now is we're actually going to move on to the wash. All right, let's do it. Well, as usual, I got ahead of myself. What I need to do now is I'm going to take some of this dark bronze here, and I'm going to fill in some of these rivets or these joints, and some of these balls under here, these joint balls, with a little bit of this dark bronze, and then I'll highlight it with bronze. All right, let's do it. I'll be going back and forth with these washes, the brown and the black, and maybe even a mixture of the two between. And I'm just going to stick it in the crevices. I'm not really going to slap it all over. Like a lot of times you see a lot of these painters, they just kind of slap it over and they kind of wipe it off, or they go back and touch it up. And we'll definitely do a little bit of that. But I'm going to try to keep my wash in the crevices and away from the area, because I'm going to come back and highlight and cover up any type of stains. All right, let's do it. All right, there we go. Most of the wash is down. We used some black wash, we used some brown wash, and then we used some of that rust wash from Vallejo. That stuff is terrific. You can see how it just makes it look really, really just gives it that worn look. Look at that rust. You can see it right in there with the metal. It looks really, really nice. I'm really happy with that. And again, I keep breaking the tip of this stupid gun off, and it's really, really flimsy. I may have to do something in the future, but I popped it off and now I glued it, and now it's just real weak at that point, of course. So anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to do touch-ups. I'm going to go around and touch up some of the metallics, just here and there, like the hydraulic shocks and things like that, just to make a couple little things pop. And then we're going to come back and do those eyes. The eyes are the focal point. That'll be the last thing that we do. All right, let's do it. All right, as I do the eyes, as you can see, I watered down that bright ivory, really watered down, and then I kind of pooled it in there, almost like a contrast paint, but it's just so I can get my base white down. And now that looks really nice. Now we have an idea of what it's going to look like. So now what we'll do, we'll start building up that white, and we'll start bringing it out a little bit, making it a little deep, giving it a little depth as we go, and then we will come back and do some red. I think we'll do probably fluorescent red, like I've done with the rest of the droids, just to keep everything, you know, the same. All right, so let's do a little more bright ivory work, and then I'll go to a little bit of white, and then we'll go to the red. All right, let's do it. All right, so right here, I let that pool up. Now I've got to let that dry before I even go touch or mess with it again to give it another layer. And that's a pretty heavy watered down paint drop that I put in there. So, and you can see it actually moves around if I move. So I'm going to keep it laying flat so I get a little center in the eye. You can see it forming now, and then I'll come back later and I'll put my brighter white there. All right. Well, there you have it. DSD1 Dwarf Spider Droid from the Clone Wars, Star Wars Legion. What a fast paint. Just some quick metallic. The airbrush makes this easy. And again, you can do all of the stuff that I did with the brush. With the metallic, do the base, do the mid-tone, and do the highlight all the way out. You know, it's real simple. It's real easy to do. The airbrush just makes things a little easier. The transitions easier, I should say. But anyway, so the focal point with the eyes, and those really popped. And you saw how we started with the bright ivory, and we brought it all the way out. We watered it down so it would dry real thin and give it that layer. And I got it thicker and thicker as I went out, so it would leave that brighter point in the middle. You know, and it turned out really terrific. And we used that that fluorescent red. I'm really enjoying the fluorescent red from Monument Hobbies Pro Grill. Anyway, guys, what a fun little paint. Please like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. And I'll see you next week.